Yo, what's up, guys? Today I want to have a conversation with you about the sun and nature, right? So, I just finished up an hour and a half of sun gazing, and I feel great. I feel content. I feel free. I feel relaxed. I don't feel trapped in my head, right? And I'm gonna go into depth on why I think most people feel like shit. So some of you guys I know live in colder areas of the state or a cold country or whatever, and you're inside a lot, right? Most of us in the wintertime we're inside, so we don't really get outdoors, right? Because it gets dark at like 4 o'clock, and it's also like 20 degrees for five like 5 months of the year, right? So uh, it sucks and it's tough in winter, I know, but we have to get outside when the sun is out. I don't care what you have. I don't care, bro. If you gotta like call out from work, do it. If you gotta skip 2 classes in college, you do it. If you gotta skip a day in high school, do it. Do it. It's not gonna kill you. If the sun's out once or twice a week, call out of work or skip school. I don't give a fuck about school, honestly. If the sun's out, that's all I need, right? I don't need a grade to get me fulfilled, bro. I just need to be in nature, right? So, uh, I think we feel like shit because we're disconnected. And when we're disconnected, we feel lost because we are a nature package. Our body is from nature. It evolved here for millions of years. So when the body is not in its natural environment, that's like, think about it, right? A turtle, right? I went to the museum, one of the Mystic Aquarium in Connecticut a few months, like actually no, not a few months ago, like 2 years ago, and I saw this turtle in this little fucking cage, and it was like crawling to the side, and it was like crawling up, trying to get out. It was like trying to get out because it knew that's not its natural environment. Its natural environment is the ocean, or wherever it belongs, and humans are the same way. So obviously that turtle is gonna feel lost and like he's like, what the fuck's going on? Because he's not in his natural environment. He's not with his other fellow turtles. And again, humans are the same way. When we're inside, when we're like in unnatural. What? All right. Sorry about that. My dad's being a little weirdo. So anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah. So humans are we're supposed to be outdoors, right? Like look at me right now. I'm out here. I'm feeling great. But when it's winter and we're sitting inside and we're watching TV and we have our phones with us, and it's just such a stressful environment for the human body. It doesn't know how to react to that. So obviously it's going to produce things like cortisol, the stress hormone, because it doesn't recognize the environment. So obviously we're going to feel anxious. Obviously we're going to think shitty thoughts. Obviously we're going to feel lost and discontent and not knowing who we are or what we're doing, right? So you guys, if I'm telling you, just get out whenever it's out. Even if the sun's not out, if it's not raining, just go in nature, right? That's all you got to do, right? Uh, I remember last winter. Yeah, last winter. I don't think I went to nature once. And last winter was the most painful winter I've ever experienced. One of the most painful. Uh, just, again, felt lost. And it makes sense, right? When you're disconnected, you don't feel grounded. You don't feel like you belong somewhere. You don't feel like you're at home. You always feel like you're scattered. You don't know what, like, you know what I mean? Tell me if you guys relate. I can definitely vouch for this, and it's tough. I know it's tough because it gets dark. You guys got work, you got school, you got stupid obligations, right? We're in society. We got to do this shit for a limited amount of time. But yeah, don't underestimate the importance of the sun and your natural environment. It's really gonna help you out. It's gonna make you feel like I almost feel like I'm a child when I'm out here. I almost feel like I'm 6 years old again. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when you were a child, you didn't have all these shitty belief systems. You were just out being, bro. Like, that's what humans are supposed to do. We're just supposed to be. We're not supposed to be stressed out doing all this, you know, schoolwork and being inside and looking at computers all day and arguing with your boss. That shit's nonsense, man. That shit's so nonsense, and it's destroying the human race, right? And now, again, there's other factors that may inhibit you from feeling great, like, you know, if your diet's shitty, if you're not exercising, right? But for the most part, I think, you know, you can be eating right. I mean, there's a lot of people that eat right and exercise and they're still depressed. So this is something fundamental to the human uh, uh, habitat and behavior, or population, human race, right? It's fundamental for you to be outdoors, right? So yeah, and another thing is, again, I think I said this in another video, but when you're inside, you are breathing in more toxins than if you were in a polluted city. Think about that for a sec. Think about what I just said. You're breathing in more toxins when you're in your own house than you are in a polluted city like New York City or Boston or Chicago. Like, that's something to think about, right? Maybe that's why we feel like shit when we're inside all day, right? I know it for a fact. When I'm like sitting inside and I'm, you know, I mean, I may feel all right, but I don't feel nearly as good as when I do when I come out here. So anyways, I'm gonna stop running in circles. You guys kind of get the point. Get outdoors. I don't care what you have. Get outdoors. If the sun's out, if it's nice, get out and chill for like 2 to 3 hours. Even just an hour is fine, but we can't make the mistake of being indoors all winter. That's gonna fuck us up big time, and it fucked me up last winter, and I'm not gonna let it happen again. Don't let it happen to you. And yeah, get outdoors. So anyways, that wraps this video up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to the right so you get notified when I upload. If you have any questions, comments, or whatever, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.